Hello everyone, and welcome back to episode 8 of my hardcore series. In today's episode, I build an enderman farm, a spider farm in the sky, fill up my island a bit more with a new building, decorate my iron farm, and move some items for a build in the next episode. I fly over to the satellite in the void, making some paths out of leaves to both the left and the right. I go home to grab some more leaves, tame a parrot, get the achievement for spying on it, then I go back to the end and start on the enderman farm. I replace the center 3x3 with sandstone and carpet, then built my way up 40 blocks, putting rings in every 3 blocks up to keep them from escaping on the way down. I built some of the spawning platform in as to not fall, then put in the endermite, naming him Bait so he wouldn't despawn. When he was in place, I constructed the rest of the spawning platform and handrail. Taking out the torches and making my way down. I spent some time fixing up my tools before heading off for the next project. While home, I dropped off any extra items I had on me, then left for the nether. With this portal being at the Y level it is, I decided to dig into a wall, hoping to find an opening into a patch of soul sand. Good news, as that's exactly what happened. I got down safely, then took my time filling my inventory with both soul sand and magma blocks I'd seen on my way home. I go home, reorganising my inventory, and head back onto the nether roof, deciding to build my spider farm close by to the raid farm. I'm shortly going to start on a better nether hub in the future. Again, the aim of this world is going to be beauty. Oh, and not dying should be pretty high on that list as well. After lighting the portal, I go to the needed coordinates in the overworld, making a platform in the sky and clearing out the sand pillar. I made my way back over, starting on the spider farm. First up, collection system and landing platform. I keep building up, starting on the spawning area made of soul sand. Housing an iron golem as the draw for the spiders to run towards, falling to their demise. I made this 2 levels instead of just 1 shown in the tutorial. I'll always have a link in the description with anything I follow a tutorial or take great inspiration from. Back to making this. I place in the rest of the flooring, walls and roof, then put in the water for the drop chute before mining out the ladder I placed in and testing the rates. I did miss a block to stop them from reaching me, and I come back at the end of the episode, dropping off materials for an exterior in an upcoming episode. Here I decided to show off where all the scaffolding from last episode came from. I got all the string at the spider farm, then spent some time in the jungle near my house, having a snooze with the fishes and collecting bamboo. I go home, making the shulker and renaming it building materials. I may need to make more in the future as I still end up doing more trips over to projects than I'd like to be doing. With the exterior I want to build over at the spider farm, I'll need a bunch of concrete, so I clear out a space for it here and to fill out the island more, making it feel more lived on. This is another build I found on YouTube, and this creator had an amazing build. I didn't follow it block for block, as I wanted it to fit more of the vibe I had on the island, and do enjoy the creative process. However, the TNT duper was a different matter, as I didn't want episode 6 vibes. I do try and learn from my mistakes. I plotted out the build and pistons before working on the collection system and the first floor exterior. I placed in the water before starting on the roof and patio of the second floor. I did jump around here while decorating, going between both the first and second floors. The hopper minecart will catch anything pushed by the pistons via the TNT and bubble elevator, bringing them into the storage. While making the second floor, I realised the wood pillars didn't match up and go around fixing them up before finalising the collection system with an auto dropper. I then spent some time testing it out and throwing on a roof, plus decorating the last room upstairs, adding a chair, table and bush. Here is a quick tour of the build so far. I go back at the end of this build, adding some more storage on this side of the room. I wanted to try and plan out some pathing around the island, placing down some wool. I will eventually be making a home for the villagers, mainly to get rid of all the dirt huts slowly taking over. I headed back down to place the TNT duper, again following the tutorial as to not just have it explode in my face. The mud will be changed out for the TNT when I start this up. I placed in the sign and freed the water, heading inside to place an iron door for safety. It'll close when I run the machine in case anything tries to spawn nearby. I placed the lever under the bush so nothing can fall on top of me as well. Here is another time I didn't follow the tutorial block for block, but we'll have to do some hotfixes soon. Eventually following along to keep this side of the piston pusher working, as it will stop every so often. I then hooked up the lever to the duper below, trying to avoid the collection system in the process. I placed in the TNT and dug out a hole in the wall to test it out. Again, I didn't follow their dimensions when I built the exterior, and that'll be shown in just a moment. I turned it off, fixed it up, and moved the collection system to the other side, following an ice path back to the bubble elevator, hoping this would be enough. I slept and tried it out again. It was a small improvement, unfortunately not good enough. I moved the TNT duper and collection system forward another couple blocks. It seemed to be enough to not blow up the building. 10 out of 10 would recommend having this somewhere in your world, maybe just follow the tutorial though. I used it for a while, but eventually it pushed just far enough to break the redstone for the piston pusher. I didn't have a lot of room here, so I put in a redstone lamp and observer to activate the pistons. They will push it twice, but it's better than it breaking again. These arbitrary beauty standards are really starting to hinder me, but look, I saved 1 block's width on this part of the build. I put in the cyan line connected to the orange redstone line from the tutorial, as eventually I did learn, and would you look at that, no problems. The time lapse is sped up a fair bit just to show you it all works. From here I check to see if the storage still works and grab all the concrete powder from the windmill, plus some more from the end before converting all of it. I think we've seen enough of this for the episode for now, so I do some more decorating elsewhere. After getting to the iron farm, I turn it off by trapping Jimothy with leaves. I wanted to change this from an empty gross looking wall into an empty bee farm, as I will still need to breed a bunch of bees in an upcoming episode or between a couple of episodes. In the first room segment I dug out, I had water overflow into the drop chute, taking out the lava at the bottom. This seems to describe most of the starts to projects I deal with. I go through and dig out the rest of the rooms, also blocking off the water to decorate the flooring. I took out the corners, freeing up some more room for potential bees, then started on the drop chute. I'd gone for simple here, as it wouldn't be seen too often. I placed in the lava and freed the water. then made my way back up, growing flowering azalea leaves. I placed them in for the flowers in the bee farm, added some glass and beehives, making a way for me to get out, hopefully keeping any bees inside. I came back later for some iron and noticed golems were spawning, so I decided to free the water and check none of the villagers had died while I was gone. I headed home and finally took some time to light up my island. It only took 644 days, but it looks a lot better now. Again, I'm hoping to move these guys soon. I also added some redstone lamps to the concrete build, as a TNT would have destroyed any torches along the pool wall. I went AFK to finish off all the concrete powder nearby. An easy tip to use farms like this is to hold down the right click and press F3 plus T, then leave everything alone until you're done AFKing. As Minecraft will think the right click is being held down, I ended up going out and grabbing some food while this did its thing. When I came back, I checked to make sure it hadn't blown itself up somehow, then fixed up the storage as the hoppers only made it to the first 2 chests. The only downside putting in more chests is now you're able to see the redstone for the pistons below. To finish off the episode today, I moved all the concrete over to the spider farm and give a sneak peek to the future build. While I move everything over, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. I try and upload a new hardcore episode every Friday. If you enjoy what you're seeing, feel free to like the video and subscribe. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.